Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our today's webinar, Connectivity Solutions for Public Transport, ITS. It's so good to see some of you again who attended our last webinar back in March, as well as most previous events. We're always grateful for your continued support, trust, and engagement, which has constantly motivated us to constantly deliver more and better products, solutions, and services. And each time we're also seeking to deliver to you something new, something more better, so that you will find the webinar and all the online events more informative and also worth your time. Okay, I'm Bessie Wu, Marketing Communications Manager at InHand Networks. And today we have Jeremy Hu, just like last time, our Business Development Manager for Transportation for Europe.
Yeah, hello everyone, it's Jeremy Hu. So very nice to see you again here. Yeah,
exactly. When we sit here, I just remember the last webinar we did in March.
Yes,
yeah, when the product was just released.
Yes, so after product went into the market, we do have see it has been applied in a lot of scenarios. And so during this time, also found that it's quite useful in the public transport for the connective solutions. So now by using this chance, we want to explain you more about the public transport connected solutions with compliant, secure, and powerful products. Yeah.
Exactly. So this time, after several months, we would like to share more about these products. Just as I said, something deeper, like what demands you or your customers may have met in your work life, and how we at InHand Networks can better support you with our newer products and solutions. Okay, here is a brief overview of the contents which we are going to cover today. So first, our expert, Jeremy, will give us some introduction to the new typical applications for transport and ITS. And then I noticed that there are some newcomers too to our webinar today. So I would like to once again introduce ourselves briefly, who we are and what we do. After that, as we have also collected some success stories for our products, I would like to share some of them. And the last part for today's webinar is Q&A.
Okay, so thank you, Bessie. Before we jump into solutions, may I have quick questions? Do you know how many devices that we have on board? I mean, used for train or bus. Yeah.
That's really a lot of them. I noticed that there are some cameras on board, some ticketing machines, and more complex drivers, panels, and controller units that I cannot understand.
Yes. So you are quite familiar with them. Yeah. Actually, there are far more devices we will use in the bus or the trains. For example, like you need to know how to dispatch or blind the bus, how do you rate different rail health status, and also how like the door sensors, passenger counters, these devices. But if you want all the devices or solutions work, and they cannot do without a very important equipment, namely that is the rail gateway or rail router. And yeah, that's where our InHand network plays our role. So you just mentioned about the ticketing, and let's just first go to the solutions. Firstly, so I think nowadays almost all the public transport has its own self-service ticketing. So passengers would buy the tickets and the bus or in advance in the phone and just validate it at the bus. Yeah, and so therefore the ticketing vending machines has been widely installed at the bus, trains, as well as the metro or railway stations. Yeah. So the operators need to consider how to ensure the connectivity with very reliable and secured network, and also the meanwhile the security counts when it comes to money. Yeah, for sure. So transactions should be very well protected and to keep the customer account safe. So yeah.
So what's the solution like?
So all the problems can be solved by our same for LT routers, and you can see that in the topology, the ticketing vending machine can be connected directly through the R300 series, and then the payment data will be transferred directly through our router to the settlement center, so over the 4G internet. And also the data will be incorporated using different methods such as VPN, so it can be ensured. And so there are several very critical points, and you need to notice that is the fast and reliable connectivity, the comprehensive security mechanism, the centralized management, and the build for wearables. I think that's the most important things for the ticketing application cases, and all these are featured by our IR300 series, and you can use it for such application.
Okay, so keyword here is connectivity
and the router. Yes.
Okay, as I noticed from this slide, there is a ticketing machine both on board and in the station.
Yeah, you can use it both in the scenarios.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's something interesting. What else?
Yeah. Oh, you also mentioned about cameras, and which is also called CCTV. So video surveillance is very common application in the bus or the train. So it can help monitor the what's happening on board and solve and prevent misconduct of criminals. So in the right picture, you can see that the technology, the cameras can capture the pictures after set intervals, and then send the data to through the switch to the DVR, and then the DVR will store the data locally and then send it to the center through the router. So since our router has already integrated with the Ethernet switch up to 5, and then you don't need to additional switch devices, and so I think that's quite cost effective for these application cases.
That sounds really nice. So that means the customer just need one router instead of one router plus one switch.
Yes.
Connected to complex devices together.
Yes.
Okay.
And talking about another application cases, I guess you have experienced the boring time during the long journey. Yeah, you have nothing to do but only sitting and sit. Like that.
Exactly, and especially on the way when my phone gets very weak signal, so I could do nothing, just stay in there for a whole day. Thinking nothing. Yes.
At that time, and for example, like onboard TV or movie will just provide a very pleasant journey. So our in-hand IR300 series can also download the data with very fast 4G internet, 4G internet, and then you can enable the real time of the video or the voice communication. So you just need several simple screens with the routers, and you can provide your passengers with a very pleasant journey. Yeah, that's the solution.
Yeah, I think that will make my life, make my time on the way much faster, fly much faster.
Yeah, absolutely. So these are the 3 typical and simple connectivity applications in public transport. Actually, there are far more devices that can be connected through the routers, like the digital video mirror, the passenger counter, the OBC, and these devices.
What is OBC?
The onboard computer.
Oh,
yes.
I see.
Yes, so cost-effective and powerful connection ability and compact design. I think that's what make our routers very suitable for the scenarios for simple connectivity for the public transport. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a really versatile product, I should say, versatile with so many different interfaces, like we can see the Ethernet ports and I/O, cellular, and also Wi-Fi, so which can be used for a lot of different functions on board.
Yes. Just as our invitation says, it's just a basic solution. If you want to achieve more complicated public transport connectivity solutions, then we need to go to another product, namely the VG710.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
So in previous slide, I have showed you the passenger infotainment system, and so quite similarly, we have another very important application that is passenger information display, and like shown here. So you may ask what's the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, a very important thing that when you in bus or in train, you want to know exactly which location now you are in. You want to know, where your current location, which is your next step, like these informations.
Yeah.
And then the GNSS, the global navigation satellite system, will play a very big role in this time. And it will send the data to the router and then to the management center. So since our ITxPT is already integrated with this GNSS model, and then the data can be sent directly straight to the center where the experienced expert will just analyze the data and notify the passenger with the current information like that. Yeah.
Okay, so this is about location, about GNSS.
Yeah.
Because the GNSS feature in the module is available only in the BG710, not the IR300.
Correct.
So if we need location related information, we need the Pro model. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So regarding the GNSS, we have another great application, namely the fleet management. So now the operators can track their asset and carry out the dispatch or planning of the plan of their fleet, and they can know which fleet now is available, which is occupied, which is in the station, which is underway. Yeah. Also, you can rate different through the OBD data to rate different detailed fleet information, such as the plat number, the speed, the mileage, or the fuel economy, these things. Yeah. So to better manage and carry out the maintenance work for your individual fleet.
Okay. Okay. You just mentioned another term, OBD. Can you explain more about it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the OBD stands for diagnose and refers to the automatic electronic system that provides worker with self-diagnosed information and to report the capabilities for repair technicals. It is the standard protocol used across most vehicles to retrieve well-diagnosed information generated by the engine control units and so on. So okay, so now after we collecting so many informations by using the ITxPT will be transferred directly to the management center. So we also developed a very simple platform for you to recognize this data. So you can see in the right hand this picture, and actually you can read like the RPM, the speed, the pendle position, spark advance. This information is a lot of well diagnosis and to carry out this well health data reading.
Okay, so I understand it as the OBD helps us to check whether the vehicle is working properly, whether it's in good state, and whether there is any problem that we need to fix.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So we also have other application cases using the ITxPT. As I mentioned, they actually, except for the wireless connection, the ITxPT also worked as the AP to provide the passenger with Wi-Fi. The speed can reach 1.7 gigabytes per second, and the coverage can be more than 100 people or devices to connect. And so the passenger can connect the onboard their devices directly to the Wi-Fi through the capture portal, and then in the capture portal, there will be some guidance to let the passenger know how to connect to the Wi-Fi. And so by using this, the operators can also know which customers now they are connected, what's their usage, and also the time of their usage, something like that. This information.
This is very powerful and very important for people like me. Wi-Fi is like air.
Yes. And also nowadays we think that our public transport safety has been greatly improved by digitalization. So many devices like the door sensor, the driver alarm, the fire control unit, this safety devices can be also connected through our ITxPT. And therefore, the operators can make quick response with real-time information and to help to secure the people's safety and board. Yeah.
Okay, so this is really what makes it a pro?
Yes. And okay, I think you can see that our device is actually specially built for the public transport. And if you have very high requirements for the transportation scenarios, such as the temperature, humidity, shock, vibration, these things, then I think the wedge 70 is specially built for that scenarios.
Yeah, especially for those like long travel vehicles like trains and trams, as they are.
Correct.
They're running in separate and also closed tracks.
Yes, it also has very high standard IP level, like IP64, and so it can just work in very harsh environment against the dust or water.
Yeah, in extreme weathers.
Yeah. So in next slide, I make a summary of the some outstanding features of the well-compatible 710. So some, except for very powerful connectivity, it also has a high standard CPU, Cortex A7, and also the CAN bus, and also the edge computing functions and development platform. Yeah, and in next slide, I can show some descriptions of the pictures. So in the right hand, we choose the 5G version.
Actually, we have a product model here.
Yes, so you in the top side, it is the mantle connectors for the antennas to enhance the signal, or like the GNSS or the Wi-Fi or senders. Yeah. And in the bottom side, there are a lot of interfaces like I/O ports, like the Ethernet ports. So you can see really extensive interfaces to connect a lot of devices and logic. But nowadays
it just looks so powerful.
I think that's all about these devices, and but now we're seeing a trend of that, especially in European market. That's the IP4TT is quite the high requirement for the devices.
Again, what is IP4TT?
So IP4TT is a set of specifications that provide recommendations for the operators, for them to how to incorporate different devices on board to make a very uniform protocols for these devices to cooperate each other with fluently like that. Yeah. So in this slide, you can see that actually our wedge 17 only in the hardware side only partially compliant with it. For the external ports or FMS is not fully compliant. So under this situation, we developed another product that is wedge 810.
That is Max.
Yes, that's Max solution, which is fully compliant with ITxPT standard. And if you have such requirement, then you just choose this product. Yeah, you can see that actually it has quite similar outstanding features like the wedge 710, and but we make it more specific for scenarios, like we have road version and also the railway version. And you can see that the difference here may be that the connectors is for road version is the front connector, and here for the railway version is the TNC connector, and some tests or standards are a little bit different. Yeah, I think that's the part of the devices. So in the end, I would like to make a sum up of these solutions. And so if you want to achieve only sample devices connectivities on board, and then I think IR3000 would be a good choice for you. But if you have a higher standard requirements for the connectivities, for example, like the location, like the vehicle diagnosis, then wedge 17 will be your first choice. And then if you have special requirements for the IT4PT, then I would think the wedge 810 is your best choice. Yeah, so
that's a 3-tiered solution. It depends on what you need. If you just need simple connectivity, such as the basic, that works. You also save your budget. And also if you have more vehicle related, like location, like diagnostics, and the pro, and if you have more complex devices that need to communicate with each other, you should choose the Max product.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think now all of us are much clearer about our products, the differences, and which one to pick when you have certain demand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
thank you, Jeremy.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for your very detailed and professional explanation of our products and the use scenarios. So after that, just as I mentioned, to some first comers, I would like to once again introduce who we are and what we do in Diagnostics. Okay, who we are an M2M startup. Which is startup. Actually, we have been in this field for 21 years. We were founded in 2001. You know, at that time, the term M2M IoT was still yet to emerge. Even the whole industry of industrial IoT. So we can proudly say that we are a real pioneer in this field. And during the last 21 years, we have gained a lot of achievement in different areas and different regions in this world. And we have been recognized by some world-class, famous, large customers, to list a few on the slide: GE Healthcare, State Grid of China, Siemens, ABB, E.ON, and we have gained the partnership of Schneider Electric and Rockwell. Also, we are expanding ourselves, business and operation. We have now our self-owned factory, which is in Jiaxing, close to Shanghai. And in 2020, we were listed on Shanghai Stock Exchange stock market. It is specially built for tech companies, which is like equivalent to NASDAQ in the US. And last year, as our business expanded, we also moved to a larger office in the US, which means we have greater warehouse and faster delivery to all of our customers. And here is our global coverage. We are headquartered in Beijing and also have a large office in the US. We started our business in Europe also for a few years, and 2 years ago we launched our new office in Canada. So now we are a large team of over 400 employees with more than 140 in the R&D team, which accounts for over 1/3 of our whole company. And last year was also a good year for us with tremendous achievement. We registered a total sales of $70 million, which was a record high, and we had 550,000 IoT products shipped worldwide. And just as I mentioned, we have a large factory plant, which covers about 18,000 square meters, opened since 2 years ago. And we are also very proud to see that we offer quality commitment and support to our customers. All of our products pass all the quality standards tests and certifications of the industry. And we offer 3-year warranty. We also offer free technical support to our customers worldwide, every day, 16 hours and 5 days per week. This is our product lines. As you may have noticed that we pioneered as an expert in the network layer with products, with our signature products like routers, gateways, and vehicle gateways, industrial computers. And we also have our powerful software device manager and InConnect, which some of our older customers may be quite familiar with. And this year, so we are also working on some cloud and edge IoT complete solutions, like those have been used in business internet, distribution, and smart media.
Yeah. So since you are the marketing manager, I think you must have a lot of successful stories to tell about the gateway.
Actually, yeah, I've been collecting our stories now and then, and I'm always happy to share some of them and see how our products are used worldwide. Today, I would like to share 3 of our stories. One in Europe, you might be quite familiar with, but still we have some other stories in other regions of the world.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first first story is about trinos. I know for some audience who have attended our previous events, you may have heard about this name for quite some time, but I would still like to share it once again, because when I think about this case, I am always grateful for the early customers, the pioneer of our products, who were willing to give us trust and support in the application of our products. So this is the Swedish customer, a system integrator in mobility communications. And the products 2 years ago, when our VG710 was just released, the customer was trying to find a solution for their customers, because Trinos, their system integrator, they have their own platform for fleet management and communication to public transport like buses. There are several devices on board, like monitor, like the passenger counter, which used to count how many passengers on board, and the control unit, and the driver's panel, and the awareness panel, which is used to tell if the driver is drunk or not. So at that time, we just offer our product to for them to test as a pilot. The product, the VG710, with its extensive interfaces, connected all those onboard devices and collect the data from all of them with some simple integration work. Those data are transmitted to Trinos platform, so technicians can view all the real-time data apart from location and operation data. As we all know, they also can see those specific data from the specific devices on the customer's buses, and it worked quite well. And still, we are working quite closely with the customer until now.
Yes, I think I'm also very familiar with this application cases. And so, do you have any other cases outside Europe? Maybe
Cases? I should say Europe is the among the first markets of our vehicle products, and now we still have some more cases from other parts, from our other teams. For instance, the second case is from an airline player, a very large airline player here back in China, but for some reason I cannot disclose the name. Anyway, the case is also quite typical. It's about remote management of ground vehicles. As you may or have experienced or noticed, there are quite a few different vehicles on the apron of the airport. Like we have shuttle buses used to carry airline crew and passengers, and we also have tractors and trailers for passengers' luggage. So all of them need very efficient management and dispatch. Accidents, not accidents, I should say. There's also change in the flight timetable, so we need those vehicles to respond quite quickly to those change. So with the VG710, we just connect those buses and trailers, tractors to our vehicle gateway, from which they can collect the location data, as you mentioned, with the GNSS module, and with the CAN interface, they can collect the diagnostic data of those vehicles. So on the platform of the back office, those technicians, they can view if where the buses, the trailers are, and if they're working properly, and if there's any maintenance work that they need to deal with immediately.
So solution of fleet management like that.
Yeah, exactly. And we have one more case, which is quite recent. This is a project dealt with by our North America team. We are also very proud of them. This is for fire truck management. Fire trucks may not sound like in the scale of public transport, but actually the use of functions related to our product are quite typical, like just now Jeremy have introduced. It's about connectivity and also fleet management. This is the customer is called MRF Geosystems. They are also a system integrator like Trinos, but they do more about fire trucks and other related projects. And this is a government-backed project in Canada, and they have 50 fire trucks to manage. On each fire truck, as you can see from the topology, there is a light and a siren which transmit and send alarm once there is an emergency. So we just use the VG710 as it has I/O interfaces. So the I/O interfaces was just used to connect to the light and siren. So whenever there is an emergency, the information can be quite quickly transmitted by the VG710 to the back office. So the back office can know that something's wrong in a certain place, as there is also GNSS, which keeps locating the location of each fire truck in real time. And within the vehicle, there is a tablet for the drivers to navigate and communicate with the outside world. As Jeremy just mentioned, our VG710 has very powerful passenger Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi provided by the VG710 can ensure that the tablet has always gained uninterrupted, fast, and reliable internet connectivity, so that the drivers can work, I should say, effortlessly with sufficient Wi-Fi connection.
Okay, so thank you very much for sharing all of these very interesting stories. And I think in the end, I would make a summary of the product portfolio. And here you can see in this table that I list the three of these products. So IR300, VG710, and VG810. And from the robust networking, extensive interfaces, developed platform, and compliance standards, 4 aspects, you can see they have different features. So just in summary, if you need to only sample connectivities for the devices, then the IR300 can meet your requirement. And if you have higher standard, then the VG710 can meet your requirement. And if you need the ITxPT compliance, then the VG810 will be the best choice.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the very short presentation of our side. And
we just place all the 3 models here, so we can compare. This is basic, this is pro, and this is max. So next time, I think you are more clear about our products and how they are used and what is best for you to give you an efficient, but also at the same time cost-effective solution.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
I think then I will leave the hand to everybody now.
To everybody,
Anna, if you have any questions.
So if you have any question, if there's something that we didn't mention in our previous presentation, you can just raise your questions and we will answer it now or in our later follow-up email.
Yes, I have my contact information here and also our European sales team's contact information.
Jeremy is looking forward to email inquiries.
Yes. Okay, so anybody, any questions? I think our project manager is online now as well, and he can help us to answer some very technical side questions.
Very specific questions.
Yeah. Okay, I think everybody seems quite very happy with our presentation. We explain it's very clear. And nobody have any questions. I think
hope you find this.
Thank you. I think later we will share the presentation to everybody, right? And and also
we will show you all the slides, and we will show you more details about all the solutions and the products, and also we are looking forward to any increase, better and deeper discussion of our products. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your always being there, always supporting us.
see someone is asking.
Any question? Okay.
Yeah, I would like to know a little more about the onboard computing capabilities of which can handle the CDAVL functions, for example. Yeah, for sure, it can handle the situations. We have also some applications previously as well. And the computing capabilities of this device is very powerful. I can share some of the data sheets later together with presentation, and you can check details within this presentation.
Yeah, we will also later share some of the specific applications about the computing capabilities. Yeah, also online and via emails and the social media.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your interest. Any other questions or suggestions?
Okay, I think that's all. Thank you everyone for the time. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your time, and see you
have a
next
nice
time.
day. Yeah.
And have a nice holiday. I know some of you will soon start your vacation.
Yeah.
And next time we will deliver to you more and something even better, like we just mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.